Welcome to the Your Coach Online Masterclass introduction. I'm Helen. I'm a registered nurse and I'm based in New Zealand. I'm based in the beautiful Bay of Plenty in New Zealand. I have been nursing for a long time, 25 years or so, most of those in the area of mental health and wellbeing. I've also spent 5 years working in a holistic health clinic. Got a master's in health science and am a trained life coach as well. And I'm really excited to bring you this Your Coach Online Masterclass. I first ran this in 2021, and it was just during our COVID lockdowns. And it was an amazing experience of being able to bring a small group of people together and being very focused on how we can improve our mental health and well-being, and really from a very holistic approach. So we know that when we are mentally unwell, we often just offer two sort of forms of therapy or treatment, and that one of those is medication and the others is talk therapy. And these can work really, really well. Antidepressants certainly can work extremely well for some people, and talk therapy can also work very well. But I really believe and I know that there's so much more to mental health and well-being than just these two treatment options. And so Your Coach Online, the masterclass, is really about taking a holistic approach to feeling good and to be feeling good mentally. So we know that, mental health requires a whole approach, and not many organizations or people can offer this. So some people really come from, obviously, if you go to your GP, it's a very medical-based approach. Like I said, you get offered medications. If you're lucky, you get offered therapy as well, but it's a very sort of medical model approach. We can also take a very psychological approach, that it's all sort of in our head and we need to work with our thoughts, and things like CBT can be very, very powerful in actually supporting us to feel better, think better, make better decisions. We also know that there's something called lifestyle medicine, which is all about how we live our day-to-day lives, what we eat, which I'm very, very passionate about. And we've also got sort of alternative approaches as well, which can be just about anything. But really sort of also looking at sort of herbal approaches and supplements and what else can be useful in that side of things. So what's different about what I offer is that I can actually bring a little bit of all of this together. So I really do bring in a little bit of the psychological side of things, some lifestyle knowledge. I offer the medical knowledge as well. And I also bring a little bit of the alternative approach when we really start to look at sort of supplements and herbs and other things that really support us to be mentally well. So you could say that I'm able to bring it all together to offer you a full package. So we know that mental health or mental illness, it can really range. We can be terribly, terribly unwell. So we have this way down sort of at this bottom of the scale where we really struggle and with severe sort of mental health issues. And then obviously there are times when we are exceptionally well and, we're feeling good and we're confident and we're happy and we have a sense of enthusiasm and purpose for life. But often we sort of are sitting in between this area. We sort of can often just not be as good as we could be, and we're kind of in this little bit of a stuck area. We may struggle regularly, with feeling irritable, tired a lot of the time. This is one of the things that I often hear people complaining about. So some people often experience gut or other chronic health issues. Feeling lost, a little bit directionless. So we often can find ourselves sitting in this middle ground where we're not terribly unwell, but we're not as happy and as well as we could be. And this is where Your Coach Online is focused. So the Your Coach Online Masterclass is very much focused on this kind of middle bit where we know we could be feeling better and doing better in our lives, but we just don't quite know what we need to be doing to get there. There are many, many things that can impact the way we feel and can impact our mental health. And these are things like psychological experiences. So, things that we experienced growing up. So we got what we call adverse childhood events or experiences, stress. Obviously, repeated bouts of stress can really impact our resilience and how we cope, coping skills in general, life experiences, how much support we have around us, whether we're struggling with addictions, the relationships. So many psychological things can impact us. But then we also have physical illness as well, which can impact how we feel. And other physical things such as nutrition, sleep, movement, whether our body is inflamed. And then we've got the lifestyle and social. So these things include sort of medication, drug and alcohol use, unemployment, whether we're in a lower socioeconomic era. So many, many different things can impact our mental health and well-being. This Your Coach Online Masterclass is really about how we support ourselves and how we support our well-being, how we build resilience, despite all these factors or because of all these factors, how we change these and start to make better choices for ourselves. We do have quite a heavy focus on mindfulness and meditation, and there's a very good reason for this. I love this quote by Carl Jung: "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And what I find meditation and mindfulness is a very important way, or a very true way, of actually just being in the present moment and accepting things as they truly are. So mindfulness is about being in the present moment, and meditation is very much about just being with the present moment and allowing thoughts and feelings and emotions to just pass us by. And this, I think, is a very, very important component of mental well-being, as it forces us to just be with where we're at. And until we can be with where we're at and accept where things are, we aren't able to make changes. So this is a really important part of how we approach the Your Coach Online Masterclass. We focus on lifestyle and nutrition because this is incredibly important to mental health. There's so much research now about how what we eat can impact how we feel. So we really take a deep dive into looking at diet, basically, what we're eating, how we can improve it, what things we need to eliminate from our diet. So we know things, for example, like trans fats. We know processed foods are very detrimental for our mental health and well-being. So we take a bit of a deep dive into our diet and really sort of think about, well, what things can we change? And I'm not expecting you to throw out everything of your pantry, but we really do look at what small things can we do? What can we bring in? What changes can we make? And how do we go about making them? So very practical ideas about how do we go about making changes in our diet that really will support us and make it not too difficult to do what we need to do to improve our nutrition side of things. We look at sleep and rest, and we look at the research behind why this is so important for our mental health and well-being. We know that when they've done research on people with poor sleep, so if you look at someone that's got very poor sleep patterns, they are much more likely to be diagnosed of a mental illness a couple of years down the track. So we know that sleep and rest is very important. We also know that taking breaks during the workday is very important for many reasons. So we really look at how we can improve our sleep and rest and how this contributes to us being more resilient and being mentally well. Movement and exercise has also been shown in research to be as equal in some cases to an antidepressant. So I'll take you behind the scenes, so to speak, about the research about what has been shown to be most useful when it comes to movement and exercise, how much we should be doing, because actually there is a Goldilocks spot when it comes to exercise. We don't want to be doing too little, and actually, ideally, we don't want to be doing too much. So this is for mental health. So we really are going to be looking at the balance. What is the best balance to have when it comes to movement and exercise? Naturally, we're going to be delving into the psychological techniques. So we're going to be looking at what sort of things can we do to actually support our brain and our mind to stay focused on where we want to go. What sort of things can we talk to ourselves about? Yes, we're going to be doing some self-talk. What sort of things that have been shown in research to actually improve our mood and to help move us forward, so to speak. What sort of little exercises can we do to change the focus of our thinking and to change the focus of our brain? So we're going to be definitely going through quite a few psychological techniques that support our brain, mind, and mental health. We definitely look at some goal setting and some future proofing. So there's something about setting goals in the future that can really help direct our attention and help us to modify our behavior and help us choose the next best steps to take. So we'll be diving into some exercises and some future goal setting, and we will be using quite a bit of visualization for this as well to help us actually move in the direction of our goals. We'll be going through other tips as well, sort of looking at how we can bring in other simple things that actually support us to get where we want to be. Simple things such as questions like, what do I need right now? So when we're struggling with things, sometimes we just need to stop and say, what do I need right now? What's really important to me to get to where I need to go? And honestly, sometimes this question is answered by, I just need to stop. I need to get outside. I need to go for a walk. I need to have a cup of tea. I need to phone a friend. So this is some simple tips that we'll be going through as part of the Your Coach Online. Another one of my favorites tips is the stop technique, which I use very regularly. If you cannot turn your very ruminating mind off, we'll be going through some of these techniques. Stop one is a wonderful one. Doing one thing when we feel overwhelmed. What can we do? We can break it right down and we can get very simple and basic with things. So we'll be looking at some of these simple tips and how do we bring them into everyday life, and when is it best to use these tips? Oops. We'll be looking at other activities that have been shown to be really helpful when it comes to mental health and how they work to improve our well-being. So there's just a few little things here on yoga, for example, that it shows it improves depression symptoms and reduces suicidal ideation and reduces anxiety. Laughter, even when we don't feel like laughing, laughter has been shown to really be very positive for our mood, does all sorts of things to our immune system as well. Dance and music really can improve the way we feel and our mental state, reduce our stress levels as well. You've got the combination of being involved with the music, but also actually the physical aspect of dancing and moving our bodies. So all in a whole, I guess, this Your Coach Online Masterclass will be starting in September 2023. It is very personalized. Before you join, before we start, I will be assessing each individual person and having a one-on-one assessment to find out what your goals are, where you want to be heading, what are your stumbling blocks, what do you struggle with the most. So the contents of the course are very much going to be modified to support you and the others in the group. The group's going to be small. Generally, the group has no more than 10 people in it. So it's a very small group that actually can really bond together over this time. So when I run it previously, by the end of the time, people don't generally want to stop meeting, because it's just so therapeutic, and it's so useful to speak to others who are also struggling with similar things. The course is over 8 to 10 weeks, and I say 8 to 10 weeks because the last 2 weeks we're not going to be meeting as much. The 10th week is very much going to be a check-in after 2 weeks of kind of being on your own, so to speak. The approach is very holistic. So as I said before, my skills in all these different areas, from a medical perspective, the psychological, lifestyle medicine, life coach, I really bring all these in together. And it's a lovely way of being able to actually embrace ourselves, looking at all these different factors and how we improve our mental health and well-being by embracing all these little things that improve our mental health, rather than just focusing on one or two. There is a money back guarantee. So if you come along, you attend all the sessions, and you really feel like you've had absolutely no improvement in your mental health or well-being, I will happily refund your money. No questions asked about that. A few testimonials from the people that have been on the course previously. So much positive information. I'm a warrior and tend to hold on to this for longer than necessary. It was great to have techniques on how to manage this. This is one that came during the course. It's been a shit of a week, but the mini moments of mindfulness has helped to return my focus to the now and not next week or month. So that was another lovely bit of feedback I got from someone. If you're worried about it being on Zoom, because this will be obviously online, they did not, previous participants have not had a problem with this at all. And they've actually felt very comfortable. And I find this regular, like it might feel a bit weird initially, but once you're in the zone and you're focused, then it really just flows, and it seems like a very simple and easy way to get comfortable with people and open up a dialogue. The computer, after a while, does not appear to be a barrier. And just another testimonial, I think they're a reminder that a lot of it is just a simple act of coming back to the present, and that in itself can stop the whirlwind of thoughts. So that's just one of the psychological benefits of some of the techniques that we've used. And this one, how good it feels to let yourself have hope. So really some lovely feedback from the last time I ran this. And like I said, that was in 2021 during COVID lockdown. And it's been a while since I run it, but I'm really looking forward to running this again. So what's different about Your Coach Online? As I said previously, mental well-being really does require a whole approach, and not many people or organizations offer this. Some offer the psychology, some offer the lifestyle knowledge, some people offer the medical knowledge, some offer the alternative approach, but I really do bring all of this together and offer you a full package. So where to from here? If this is something that you think that you are interested in, you can definitely simply email me and let me know. I will, I'm not sure if I've got my email address in there, but basically it's onelifenz@mail.com. You can sign up through the page, or you can arrange a phone call. So basically message me in whatever way you like, and I can send you the details. For the next 8 days, so to the 30th of August at this stage, there is a 50% off if you would like to join. So if you are looking at other courses as well, if you think, I'm not so sure about the Your Coach Online Masterclass at this stage, there are a few other courses that you can also join. Shift is completely free, and it's a 30-day program, and every day you get a little mini video of a simple hint or technique that you can use during the day just to support your health and your well-being through that day. And just really, shift is about shifting your focus. It's really about changing your focus to support having better mental well-being. Changing Lives is an amazing 4-week program that is put together. It's quite in depth. It's a 4-week program, sort of a more basic level than the Your Coach Online Masterclass, about how we can use both sort of knowledge about seeing the GP and blood tests and all that sort of thing, what we need to know about being mentally well. And then there's also the Nutrition for Mental Health Professionals course. So if you're a health professional and you're watching this, even if you're not a health professional, I've had some teachers and social workers do the Nutrition and Mental Health course, and they've found that invaluable for what they have learned about how food impacts mood. So thank you for being here. I will just simply take you through to the other page now, to the main landing page, and we'll take you through there. Just escape out of that. So if you come here, this is my One Life page. These are some of the courses that are available. If you click on courses, it will take you to the main courses page. Click on view more courses. And here is the Your Coach Online Mastermind course. So there's a brief description of what it's about, whether this course is for you. And this is really about, are you ready to make an investment in yourself? You're ready to take a deep dive into building self-esteem, self-confidence, and building resilience. You want to get more out of your life, or you feel like life is passing you by and somehow you're not truly in it. You're ready to transform yourself with an expert guide who'll provide you support and compassion when you need it most. And you're looking for a safe place to explore, to share your goals and your stumbling blocks and move forward with purpose. Small group, as I said, usually it's no more than 10 people, includes a consultation with me, and you will get lots of light bulb moments. I certainly got that from the feedback from people from last time. And here's some other reviews from the course as well. Welcome to go and have a look at this and see what you think. And honestly, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to be in touch. There's a few more FAQs there. We meet twice a week, so one time will be up to 90 minutes. It might be less. Sometimes it's only an hour. And then we'll offer a check-in as well during the week. So we'll be meeting up twice a week, once for the full week sort of program. And then the other time will be for a brief check-in follow-up of 30 minutes or less. You definitely get a private appointment with me beforehand. They will be conducted on Zoom. Generally no more, so I've said no more than 12, but generally there's about 10. And if you're nervous, then obviously feel free to get in contact and we can talk more. So I look forward to book now and get 50% off. And I look forward to being in contact with you and seeing you soon for the Your Coach Online Masterclass. I look forward to talking to you further. Take care, and I'll see you soon.